Welcome to Keto in the Car / Craft Room. You may have noticed I've done a little rejig of my room, so you just get to see some fabulous pictures behind, which are actually craft, not mine, but someone else's. So this morning, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, part 3. Okay, so the first thing is, look at me. I have no makeup on. I've got wet dripping hair. In the past, this was really uncomfortable because honestly, who wants to show up on camera looking like a drowned rat? Well, what that meant was that half the time I never got on because, it wasn't perfect. So I got comfortable with the idea that I didn't need to look like a newsreader just to get on and talk to you guys. And it was a bit uncomfortable at first because honestly, that's why we do all the preening to sort of look a bit better. But I just thought, oh, well, it is what it is. I'm not a movie star. I don't need to be. I'm just me. And I have to get comfortable with just showing up, maybe looking like a drowned rat from time to time. So getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, part 3. Okay, so part of it is honestly for Melbourneites, we're all pretty uncomfortable at the moment. There are people out there who are furious. Anger, resentment, they're really uncomfortable emotions. And honestly, for a lot of people, they will cause you to eat. It's not useful. Okay. The thing that I always say to myself and often to my patients and everybody else is that there are things outside that we can't control, as Mary calls it, the circle of influence. There are things in our circle that we can control. Now, we can't control lockdown. We can't control who's obeying the rules, who's not obeying the rules. We can't control that some people are locked up in, high-rise buildings without facilities or whatever. None of that can we have any influence over. All we can influence is what we do in our own circle, what we choose to eat, how we choose to react, whether we let an emotion like anger or resentment, which are pretty uncomfortable, affect us. Okay, we've actually got control over that. That's part of our circle of control. Morning, lovelies. I can see you on. So I think get used to it. Get used to being uncomfortable because negative emotions, as they're called, they're normal. We don't live in Andalusia skipping through the tulips every day. We live in days where emotions are normal. And part of it is just accepting them. You don't need to fix them, and you certainly don't need to fix them with food. So just, I guess, look at me, I'm doing this because, when you talk on camera, you're actually back to front to yourself. So I was looking, what am I doing with this shoulder? I'll just fix it. Anyway, I'm rambling. But so I guess part of being uncomfortable is noticing negative emotions, accepting them as normal, knowing you don't need to fix them with food. You can sit with them, let them go. Hello, Carmel, how are you, lovely? And really just focus on what you can actually control. It's really easy to get sucked into the vortex of the newsreel, the news cycles. Remember, news, their job is to sell news because during selling of news, you sell ads, you sell all sorts of things. Their job is not actually to help us. They're money-making corporations and their job is to sell advertising, and they'll do that by getting people to read their articles, watch their newsreels, blah, blah, blah. That's what clickbait's all about. So if you're worried about what's going on, just turn it down. Turn down that circle of influence. It's not, and focus on what you can control. And what you can control is, obviously with COVID, we're looking at social distancing. We're looking at hand hygiene. That is like those two are the most important things. We're looking at staying at home in Victoria. This is a Victorian thing for the moment while the numbers flatten out. And they're going to take a couple of weeks to flatten out. So don't expect anything to change over the next couple of days. In fact, it may well get worse. That's how Corona works. What we just need to do is focus on, well, what can I do? All I can do is focus on what I can control, not what everyone else is doing. Just don't get embroiled in all of that. It's nice to be informed, but we don't need to go over the top. So this morning, as part of my, bedraggled look, I did my 30-second shower challenge. So I hopped in, washed my hair, la la la. Warm, okay, bang, turn the tap on. I have got a video of it. It's a bit ugly because honestly, nobody looks good in the shower. But anyway, it was actually easy. It was uncomfortable for the 20 seconds or something that I was under the shower. As soon as I got out, I went, oh, I feel fine now. So again, discomfort is not something to be feared. I'm going to use a wellness term, lean into it. But honestly, embrace it. It's practice. It's good for us to be a little bit uncomfortable from time to time. All right, my lovelies, that's it for today. I've got a lot on my plate as far as work goes, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. So I'll be seeing you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Keto in the car. Bye now.